welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We are going to, I'm going to be giving a book review. Yeah, I know, I read a little. So I just got done reading, like not even an hour ago. I just got done reading this book called Delicate Condition. Delicate Condition by Danielle Valentine. What a name. Such a gorgeous name. This is going to be a spoil-free review, so I'm not going to get into any details. But I do want to say my little piece on how I personally felt about the book. So, the book is about a actress named Anna Elskott, and she is in her late 30s, around 40 type age, and her and her husband have been trying to have a baby. And basically the book is about her trying to conceive a child and her journey with trying to conceive a child and her journey with trying to conceive a child and her difficulties. She goes through an IVF. She does go through an IVF journey, and then weird things start happening, like her leaving her medication out when it's supposed to be refrigerated, or her going on her calendar and her appointments that she knew she had is not on the calendar, and just weird stuff starts happening, and even weirder / creepier things start happening. And it kind of goes through this mystery. It's basically like a mystery on like what is happening, and that's initially what pulled me in, because these weird things started happening. Like, it just seemed like somebody was trying to prevent her from having a baby. So it's like, why is this happening to her? Like, who is this person? Why is it? I will say, the thing is, this book says a tense psychological thriller, and I feel like at the beginning of the book it was psychological, but then towards the end it kind of took like a supernatural turn. And then on the front of the book it does say a feminist updated to Rosemary's Baby. And I've heard of Rosemary's Baby, but I never like read the book or anything like that. So towards like when I looked into Rosemary's Baby, it was towards the end of the book, and I got more of a sense of like, okay, so this is kind of like supernatural type, occult type situation going on. With that being said, I just wish, I feel like if you're going to dive into like supernatural things, go all the way. That's how I feel about it. If you're gonna be supernatural, like, it was like, for me, it was like dipping your toe into the supernatural world. I just feel like if it was gonna be a little supernatural, it should have been noted from the start that it was gonna get supernatural. It was very confusing, rather, if it was gonna be supernatural or not supernatural for me. I also, in the book, there's these, I don't know what to exactly call them, but there's these breaks in the book that talks about other women throughout time that are having issues with their birth and trying to conceive and whatnot. So I felt like that was kind of like, you'll be like in the middle of the story and then all of a sudden it's like this break about like other women having trouble trying to conceive. And I was like, how does this tie into Anna's story? Though those little breaks is, I guess, the author trying to put in the supernatural aspects. It kind of, I guess, turned like, got a little horror aspects as well. The ending, the ending of the book, I didn't care for the ending very much. However, I'm glad that it ended on a decent note. I think I would appreciate the book more if I had that, because me personally, I'm gonna get a little personal here, I don't want kids. I don't want kids. But how, I'm not saying that I don't sympathize with what's happening in the book. I definitely do sympathize. I do understand the struggle of having children and how a lot of times people don't take you seriously, and especially when you have your pregnancy concerns, people don't take you seriously, which is one of the reasons, like, doctors overlooking things and then not treating you like as a person, and then the whole stigma with being a person of color in the medical field is also a thing. And just, there's so many reasons and why I am like, no, I don't want to have kids. So this book kind of like definitely like talks about that. It dives into that, and how hard it can be for women when it comes to conceiving, because initially I think women are, not just women, but people who birth children, people who, you know, they don't get told the true stories on what could happen when you are pregnant. I feel like a lot of people are fed like a fairy tale, and, you know, like, you don't really know what you're gonna deal with until you experience them. And I feel like certain things like that are just not talked enough about, which is why one of the reasons why I've opted out of wanting a child. I will say it does keep you guessing. I think that's what kept me reading it for so long, because it kept me guessing. Overall, out of like from 1 to 10, I'll give the book a 5. I did appreciate the book more once I read the author's note at the, or their author's acknowledgement at the end. It made me appreciate what the message that she was trying to say in her book. I do feel like it kind of like, I feel like it does kind of jump kind of all over. Not, I don't say it jumps all over the place, but, you know, if, like I said before, if you're going to be supernatural, be supernatural. If you're going to be a psychological thriller, be a psychological thriller. I saw like what she was trying to do. I feel like it could have been executed a lot better. But like I said, I did appreciate the author's acknowledgement, basically, you know, saying how women get gaslight in the medical community, and then pregnancy is made out to be this thing, and there's so many things that aren't talked about. I did appreciate that. And I did appreciate, because this one, the book that I have includes bonus cutting room floor content, so it's just extra things that she did not put in the book that she wanted to put in the book but didn't really make the edit. And I read some of the content, and I wish she would have kept it in the book. I do feel like as a woman, like, reading this book, you're going to connect with the book because you're a woman and you have reproductive organs, and like the whole stigma with having a kid. And I feel like if you are a mother, or you've been trying to conceive, or if you deal with miscarriages, it is going to resonate with you a little bit more. And I feel like you would appreciate it more than somebody who hasn't been through something like that. But if this book seems something like up your alley, if you read Rosemary's Baby and you want to, it gives homage to that. And apparently American Horror Story season 12 had an episode based off this book, from the research I've done. Editing essence here. So apparently the whole season of American Horror Story season 12 is based off the book. So yeah, I definitely might take a look. And if that interests you, go ahead and watch it. So if Rosemary Baby seems like up your alley, then this is your book. Would I read this book again? No. Would I watch like a show? Yeah, I'll watch a show to see how their like take on this book. I might go back and watch the episode of American Horror Story that is based off this book. I might. That's a big might. But yeah. I did like how it kept me guessing, and I appreciate I appreciate the concerns and the message that the author Danielle was giving in her book, and how women and people who birth children deserve more of a voice and deserve to be listened to, and you should listen to us when we're saying something is going on with our bodies, instead of just being dismissive. So yeah, it's just a quick review. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna start doing more book reviews more often on my channel, so if this interests you, give this video a like, and I'm not sure, because I got so many books that I need to read. I don't know which one I'm going to review next, but stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Mwah, good night. See you next time.